Okay, there we go. I don't know why, sometimes I suddenly can't hear the game and I have to like I can hear like the flickering of going through the options, but for some reason I can't hear any like of the music. But when I'm like out of it, then yeah, it suddenly appears. Anyways, hi, I'm Psyche Pandora and welcome. Thanks for dropping by. I honestly just woke up. um Yo, hey Fade Star. Up and early I see. Or late in a sense over there, right? Oh boy. I'm just gonna give this like maybe like 3 to 4 more minutes for people to join. Because yeah, I did start this pretty late. I didn't really get that much good sleep, so that's the reason why I didn't wake up on time to my alarm. So yeah, I mean it is what it is. Maybe I just need some coffee. So I'm gonna make some coffee right now, and I can answer some questions or like just chat with you guys while I'm making some coffee if you don't mind. You know, my whole entire breakfast ASMR over here. Hold on. But yeah, feel free to ask anything you want, talk about anything you want before we start the most creepiest part probably of this whole entire game. We're gonna take it light today, so we're gonna try the Manosio. Any questions, like you fixed her, or are there any questions you might have before we start? Or like anything you want to say before we start? Oh yes, and Fate Star, if you're still there and you're like near Discord or something, can you please post the Discord invite in the chat, please? Thank you. I forgot to do that last time. Apparently there were some people who followed me on Twitter and everything, so just want to cover the bases, make sure that people who want to be updated are updated, etc, etc. Thank you. If you hear something in the background that sounds like a vibrator, it's not. It's my coffee machine. Nespresso. You guys should get one someday. Thank you. Hopefully there will be more people awake and able to join, because this is going to be a very interesting stream. Probably going to be the scariest, most fucked up stream. Maybe that's the reason why people might end up avoiding it, honestly, now I think about it. Can't blame them. That was really, how we ended the last stream was crazy. I don't even know. Time to start heating up. Nice breakfast. Heat it up again. Fade Star, do you have any questions before we start? Sorry, what? Chi moriraki ogi. What's that? Is that cup noodles? Who will die here today? I see. Italian, huh? Where did you learn that? Where did you learn that phrase? Defrost for 90 seconds, and then flip to the other side, and then 65 seconds. From an Arknight's character. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, we went a little bit overtime. I'm so sorry. I'm a bit scared, not gonna lie. I'm just gonna wait a few more minutes. I'm gonna wait for my food. Oh my gosh. That would be like in maybe 2 more minutes. Just give me like maybe 2 more minutes. Chicken! Chicken! How dare you! Oh yeah, I already did. So, I don't know if you guys noticed, or hopefully it's actually on stream, but yeah, my socials are posted up there, on there, so check down below my little portrait and you'll see my, well, obviously Twitch. I don't know how else you're going to be watching this. My Twitch, my whatchamacallit, my YouTube, and Twitter, because I refuse to call it anything else. So if you haven't yet, just follow me on either. I am on Reddit. I have posted on virtual YouTubers. And yeah. Though I'm not active on Reddit. The most that I do is just look at tea on there, honestly. Like, I like reading those, like those, like, relationship stories, or like work stories, or yeah. Like, I'm there to read the fucked up shit, which we're gonna do in a couple of minutes. We're going to check out something fucked up soon. Okay. You guys ready? Because I'm not. Shit. Oh wait, my coffee. Fuck. Okay. I'm actually legit almost ready. Are you guys ready though? Are you guys ready for probably the most fucked up part of AI, the sominum files? Ready as ever. Okay, let's go. Let's do this.
What is this video?
Whew boy. Okay. So last time, we finished up Oda's ending. Everybody in the chat cried. And was really hit hard by the topic. Because Oda's situation is something that I'd say this and our generation have issues with. Let's just leave it at that. And you say, this generation and your generation, aren't they just the same? Well, that just indicates how old we are, honestly. Sorry about that, but... yeah. And so, we had a discussion about that. I'd say, honestly, thus far, I did love the music-y ending, but in terms of, like getting something from this game, yes, there was a murder and everything, but Oda's ending was, I'd say, the most impactful thus far, just because of how sadly relatable it can be. And I think out of all the endings, I'll be remembering Oda's the most. I mean, like, besides, you know, the best ending, where we run off with our receptionist waifu, but that's besides the point. And so yeah, we decided to, let me open this up. So we're going back to Iris's Somnium over here. Yeah, look at how much we finished thus far. Also, when we finished Oda's ending, somehow this was unlocked. Now I'm a bit worried. Why? Like, what information that we have caused us to unlock? I have a feeling it's related to the fact that, what's her name? Shoko, there. Shoko's eyeball was found inside Renju's intestines somehow. And it's never explained why. What was the purpose of that? It was never explained. But that thing unlocked, so maybe it's related to that, maybe it's related to something else that we found along the way in Ota's journey. But anyways, we're back here in Iris's fucked up Somnium, where we originally checked out the blood, I think. And we basically killed animals that were that were drawn by children, or probably drawn by Iris, let's say. Like, imagine, like, every mental lock would be unlocked because we were killing a children's drawing of an animal. Now we decided to spin the dial and watch the murder, and we witnessed somebody give the choki to someone with a picture over their face that reminded me of either Iris or Shoko. I don't remember. I was too much in shock because the voice acting was brilliant. It really sounded like you were witnessing someone dying, and it was a bit scary, not gonna lie. And so we're gonna continue from there. So welcome to people who have joined and they're going to witness us be scared for the rest of this game. Oh, no. Shit. Welcome! Do we have anything on file? This game is amazing. Who was it? I think it was one of the new followers, Jan. He asked if it was either Jan or Pup who asked like if I prefer Zero Escape or this one. I still prefer Zero Escape. There's just something about Zero Escape. Oh, I think what horrified me was the fact that like some of the characters were sort of in on the whole entire alternate timelines. It wasn't just us. And they just fucking use things against us. Yeah, you just can't escape it. But yeah. Speaking of escape, we should escape this sominum soon because holy fuck, this is gonna be crazy.
It is difficult to believe, but these are the faces of the victims of the original Cyclops killer.
Oh, what?
What? What is going on here?
Oh, that's crazy.
Hiding.
We should continue. There are more objects to inspect now.
Oh shit. Sorry? Why? I'm not gonna do anything. What item? What? How did I miss the item already? It was at the beginning? Oh my gosh, we're gonna have to watch this damn thing again. Okay, where is it? Start speaking now, Fade Star. What do you mean? There's nothing here. Are you sure it's at this moment? Like we just opened up the TV. Okay, wait. I'm gonna pause this because I don't see anything around here. We just a reminder, we just started the Somnium, like we just watched the clip. Like we haven't even gone past like any of the other stuff. We just watched the TV. Okay. Here? Okay, hold on. We're gonna restart this again because we spent a couple of seconds like just standing around and moving, so. Okay. Let's just get that damn collectible.
What?
Nice. While we're here. And don't witness the scary shit. Oh! I have a sink room. Yeah, this just looks like a reused map of the thing in VLR. Fuck, what was that called? The reactor or something?
A CRT.
Okay. Okay, cool. Now let's start. Shit. So we're supposed to give the choky. Oh shit, it looks way different now. We are gonna break this girl. I thought we already did, but it looks like we're gonna break her even more. Holy shit. Oh, that's terrifying. That's not even angled the right way.
A full body mirror.
Let's punch it.
You see?
Oh shit.
It won't break.
Sorry. That was just my like, I was just so used to speeding through the thing. Full body mirror. Are you sure I can break this mirror? No, I don't think you have the strength to break it. Then why did you ask me to, pervert? Just punch it, and I'm not a pervert. You see, it won't break.
What was the point of that?
Just to get rid of a timey.
A double door.
Genius. That thing.
It doesn't open. We don't have to worry about it.
Okay, cool. We got some timies here. We need to strangle. Anything else we have to touch? Nah, it's just the gun and the torso.
A torso with a head.
If it has a head, is it still called a torso?
What would you call it?
Okay. Apparently we have to give it the choky. Hold on.
Even my consciousness is being affected.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
While I was unconscious, the room changed.
I was not even actually strangling it.
I'm tired of this. But we have no choice but to investigate.
Beat it to death. Fuck.
An
Her thumbs are on the
operating
sides,
table.
which is for the kinky choky. Oh yeah. Definitely. Perform surgery. Beat it to
A
death.
drug bottle that holds some kind of liquid.
Let's chug it.
Do not pressure me, Date,
Pressure you?
into drinking alcohol.
This isn't alcohol.
Is it alcohol?
Well, unknown.
This is for an investigation. I'm ordering you to drink it.
You are exploiting your position of power. I will set up a labor union.
Oh my gosh.
An AI labor union? Sounds dystopian.
I won't drink it.
Fine.
Well. What else can we do here? There's a mirror, a gun, an operating table. You and what members, Aiba? Her and the other computers, apparently. Mirror, medicine, gun. What can I do with the gun?
A revolver.
Is it real?
It appears that way. An old television.
Oh hey, Alcron! Welcome to the creepiest part of this game. Yeah, welcome! Fuck, okay.
Iris, what is all this?
3 minutes, Dante.
A full body mirror.
Sure, kid. Yeah, definitely moaned, I guess. Yeah.
A revol- A revolver.
Jump.
Weekly Shonen?
Oh my gosh.
Don't say it.
We might get copyrights, right? Oh, Iva.
I did the best I could. I am not a cyborg, and thus I cannot reach that height. This is not my fault.
Nobody's blaming you.
How do I beat up the mannequin if it's already down? I already punched it.
It's an operating table. A double door.
Looks like we might have to watch the TV again.
An old television.
The mannequin is not, it's not something you can touch for some reason. So there's an accomplice in the background.
That video showed the face of a victim of the original Cyclops killer. It appeared to be the second victim.
What is going on? Iris has something to do with the first Cyclops case?
Unknown. I do not have enough information.
Guess that means we have to investigate more.
Indeed. The oil drum, shelf, and another torso have been added.
Let's go.
Okay.
Only a shelf.
Push or pull. We just have to beat it up, right? Yeah, what else was added? Gas canister, torso. Where's the torso, though? The music is amazing.
You have
I'm
less than
just
2
gonna
minutes,
say.
Dante. Hurry.
A torso
Like, this is
similar to a fashion.
so creepy.
I didn't get hit, did I?
I should have warned you that this was gonna be brutal. It's
There
fine.
is no effect on your body, Date.
I feel like we've seen worse, honestly. Or maybe not worse, but it's like, you know, 999, VLR, Danganronpa. Remember that scenario I told you back about Dual Destinies and Phoenix Wright? So I think what just disturbs me about this was like Iris was probably a kid when this was all happening. Assuming that, you know, she was a child.
Hit my soul hard enough.
The ooh.
While you were unconscious, a television and an old book appeared.
I want to get off this ride.
If my calculations are correct, it will be over soon.
Let's hope you're right.
Shoot to death. Worn out reference book.
It is a thick book.
Do we have time though?
An old-fashioned TV.
Shit.
Please. Help me. Help me. This was the third victim of the original Cyclops
Hitomi and
killer.
number 89 were definitely murderers together. They were like partners in crime. Just killing people together.
Why does Iris know that?
There is a possibility that she saw it online or on TV.
She even reproduced the circumstances of the killing. Would her imagination explain that?
Date, we have no direct evidence. For now, we must continue investigating.
Right.
Okay, let's see.
A revolver.
Let's investigate it.
It is a pistol. It appears to be fixed with a vise.
Okay.
Why would this be here?
What's this? The trigger. There is a stick in the hole of the trigger guard.
That's suspicious.
A revolver. Just a locker.
What else is here? We have to shoot it to death, though. Gas canister?
A common gas canister.
Wait, I can't do anything with this anymore? Oh, what the fuck? I can't move the shelves anymore? Shit. Is the operating table?
It's an operating
No. Is it this one?
a full body.
Nope.
You have
Is
1
it the
minute left.
reference book? Fuck. Okay.
An illustrated reference book.
Okay. Let's read it.
It has not been well preserved. Most of the ink has faded.
Can you tell what kind of book it is?
It is probably a book on
Butterflies.
insects! It's a book on insects!
Oh my gosh, I will
Don't get
please.
excited. I know how you love bugs. Does this book belong to Iris?
I didn't know she liked insects, and to read the book so often that it wears out.
Well, we can't prove it's Iris's.
True.
Okay.
An illustrated reference.
Let's rip it.
This will be easy. It's more brittle than crumbly cheese. Oh, it disappeared.
Melted down like a grilled cheese.
Nothing? And how do I... Am I missing something here? Huh. What am I missing? Fuck. Do I open this?
Just a locker.
Iba?
It's all right. More importantly,
Ah, of course. I didn't even notice that, but sure. Whatever works. I know that we had to push the shelves, but I thought that that would have happened already. I mean, like, I thought we had the option to just push it ourselves. Are we in water? That's interesting. Riggs. Oh, Cup Noodles. Sorry about that. Huh? I don't know. I just know that this is a very elaborate way of trying to get a gun to shoot.
That is...
Didn't I make a... Correct me if I'm wrong, Paystar, but didn't I make a theory that we were... that Date was maybe... I just wanted to see if I actually made that theory or not. I made a lot of theories thus far, but... Did I make that theory? I mean, like, I'm sort of joking, yet I'm also half serious because I really don't remember
What
if I ever
happened in
made that theory.
Somnium?
I really forgot if I actually said anything about that, if I ever thought about it. I wouldn't be surprised. I spew out a lot of theories, but...
We saw it too.
The 4 murdered women are without a doubt the victims of the original Cyclops serial killings.
That means...
The murders that occurred 6 years ago.
Oh, I did? Interesting.
Are these memory fragments that coalesced in this somnium.
Wait, that dead body, though. Is that the reason why she has, like, a full body design? Like, she's the only one that has a full body design? Also, may I point out what's interesting about this is that okay, not gonna lie, that fourth one, that's my type. The current boss, she's great and all, but the fourth one was more of my type. Second of all, that's how I was like, no, she's dead. I only got to see this Avatar once, and now I'm just like, oh, I wish we had her in the game. But to point out, that body though was the same as the alternate timeline where Sejima's face was plastered, and for some reason the person on top of them started making out with them. So does this mean that Date was making out Sejima at one point? Or maybe this fourth lady made out with Sejima at one point? Or somebody was making out with the corpse? Who knows? Could be anything. Dreams are weird like that. I should know.
No. That means the person who killed them was...
Date X Sejima. Oh my gosh. Are you guys gonna arrest me? The question would be, why would my memories be erased? Is it to not make me an accomplice anymore? Was Hitomi like, I don't want you to be a part of this. This is my psychopathic tendency. And mine alone. You know, different strings of characters and numbers continue to scroll on the monitor. Locker. What the actual fuck?
Hey, did you hear something just now?
What the actual fuck?
It must be in your head.
Oh, this is creepy. A locker in the corner. Gosh damn it. I opened it up. There's a bunch of Marimos inside. There's a metal shelf by the wall. The entrance. Fuck. Chair. Oh my gosh. I completely forgot about that locker. Yeah. You can see the sink machine through the window. Iris is in the sink subject's chair. Oh, she's still knocked out? Okay. Well, this is awkward. A binder. It's a sink manual. A CRT monitor.
Date, can you turn on the TV? Videodrone is about to start.
What's Videodrone?
You haven't seen Videodrone? It's a cult classic.
I haven't seen it, and that's not a TV anyway.
A CRT monitor. This door leads to the sink room. Videodrone. Why, what's that? I love Iba. Okay. Let's start talking to you, Peter. Because I am sure Boss has a lot of stuff to say. About the original and new incidents. Let's start with that.
I don't believe there's any meaningful connection. Between the original and new Cyclops serial killings, I mean.
Okay. Explain. While I eat this burger.
Why is that?
The culprit is not the same. I am absolutely certain the original Cyclops killer could not have committed these crimes.
How can you be so sure?
Because I can. Don't worry about it. Just trust me.
Peter, you're hella suspicious right now. Fuck. Okay. Go on. What else do you have to share? About the original Cyclops killer.
Remember what the boss said this morning.
Sorry about that. I was having a hard time, like, ripping through my burger. It was frozen, so.
The original Cyclops killer has yet to be brought to justice.
Because I am the original Cyclops killer.
After the investigation got going, it was taken over
But
by
I
the
was
government
controlled by
and
his homie.
classified. That was the last we heard anything about it. Of course, they paid lip service to the idea that the investigation was ongoing. But in reality, it was dropped completely.
Why did the original Cyclops killer appear in Iris' sominum?
The sinker does not always experience the somnium they expect. Dreams are pieced together from memories, even repressed subconscious ones. When using the sync machine for an investigation, we don't always see the memories we expect to see. True, oftentimes the subject will subconsciously want to express their dark secrets and repressed memories. That is why we see them so often in Somnia. And why those Somnia are so useful for criminal investigations. But this is not a guarantee. We cannot control the content of our dreams, after all.
Okay, continue.
It's like I told you before. Dreams are pieced together from memories, even repressed subconscious ones. This can be expressed as an equation. Dream D equals memory A plus memory B plus memory C. This, of course, means that Dream D is a fictional event. However, the same cannot necessarily be said about memory A, B, and C. Those happened in reality. In other words, fiction is built from combinations of reality.
So what I saw in Somnium earlier...
Yes, I believe Iris actually witnessed those events.
The red figure from the sink.
In the Somnium earlier, I saw someone else who might be the criminal. Who was he?
I wouldn't know.
Are all memories real?
Pewter, you said that memories happened in reality, right? But what about false memories? How do we know if the memory really happened?
Even false memories are built from the pieces of real ones. If you disassemble those pieces, you will find real events.
What about things you see in movies or television?
The events might be fictional, but the experience is not.
Alright, not me ain't. So, my brain, it's chugging something right now. It's both coffee and English breakfast muffin, but oh wait, yeah, an English muffin. But the way that they're talking about this makes me think, how do I say? I'm wondering if this is like an explanation to why we can carry some information from these alternate timelines to another one. Or like why we're able to experience these alternate timelines, because we're slowly expressing each part of one specific memory. It's like Inception, if that makes sense. So like, this is how my brain's working right now. So he said that memories happen in reality. Also, just to say in advance, I'm not really good with science fiction genre. I only got it because Fadestar recommended it to me, and I was just like, I don't like stuff that makes my brain think too much. But yeah. So I'm just pulling this out of my ass, honestly. So it says here, what about false memories? How do we know if the memory really happened? Even false memories are built from pieces of real ones. If you disassemble those pieces, you will find real events, right? So these events might be fictional, but the experience is not.
Our imaginations are limited to what we have seen. We cannot invent something whole cloth.
Okay. So how I see it in this flowchart, I'm not gonna open it up. Don't worry, Fadestar. I wish I could, but what I'm thinking is this could be just basically Inception, right? Like, we are inside one giant somnium. Like, we're in a somnium within a somnium, so to speak. I could be way overthinking this. But that's just how I see it, where it's like each somnium we do represents a memory, correct? But because of perception, because of the way that we perceive things, there could be two ways, or like multiple ways that we can take each memory. And that's how we end up diverging into very different timelines because of where each part of that memory leads us to. So all of these are related to one big incident. Though I don't know where it's gonna exactly tie into. But I feel like one of these, maybe this one, it's either this one or the one that we're currently on, it's going to make its way around to maybe the beginning. It's gonna make its round to something. Like it's like a full circle kind of ordeal, but I don't know how that's gonna work. Very unlikely though. But it's like, it's the part where he was saying if you disassemble these pieces, you will find real events. So it's like the events might be fictional. It's like all these timelines are technically fictional because it's a different reality from each one that we're experiencing every single time we do a jump, right? But the experience is just as real because it's like we experience it. We witnessed it all go down. So our imaginations are limited to what we have seen. So I think that's where my brain stops. Just because it's like, I would need a full-on explanation to understand how this is all working. Because I'm not that big brain. But that's just how I... Oh gosh, my voice. My inner demon just came out. That's just how my brain is working right now. Peter looks like his usual self. Okay, that's just my theory for now. That we're like that what he just said is tied to our flowchart. About the original Cyclops serial killings.
Didn't I tell you? The entire case is a state secret. No matter how many times you ask, I won't tell you anything.
Okay. What about the original Cyclops serial killings?
The Cyclops killer appeared 6 years ago. I lost my memory 6 years ago. There has to be some kind of connection.
There isn't. It's a coincidence.
Really?
Really.
Why did the original Cyclops killer appear in Iris' Sominum?
You can't dream of something you know nothing about.
That means Iris must know about the killings.
6 years ago, Iris was 12.
Did she witness the crime at age 12? And not just one, but all 4?
Boss knows something and is trying to distract Date with her hot boss bod. I know. It would have been more effective if it was the fourth victim.
Help me understand this. What I saw during the sink earlier, that was the scene of the original Cyclops serial killings, right?
Yeah.
So the person doing the killing was the original Cyclops killer.
Right.
Did you see him? He was...
I saw your face. The original Cyclops killer was...
It can't be. That's impossible.
I mean, it is possible. You don't remember shit from 6 years ago.
Date, you cannot say that for certain. You have no memories past 6 years ago.
So perhaps, Mr. Date, you are the killer. You're missing your left eye, so you steal them from others.
I'm kidding. You can't be the Cyclops killer.
Really?
Of course not.
Why?
Do you think I would hire a serial killer?
Well, you probably didn't know. We don't remember shit about my past.
You interrogated Iris before the sink. What you saw in the Somnium was just a manifestation of the fear you put in her.
Could it just be that? Summarize for me. I didn't learn anything from speaking with Boss and Pewter. If anything, the mystery only grew deeper. Pewter shook me for my thoughts.
Dante, it looks like Iris is about to wake up.
Got it.
I headed to the sink room.
Hey, Iris. About that dream earlier.
Dream? What dream?
There is no point in asking her, Date. The subject of a sink does not experience somnium in the way that you do. They will not remember it.
Then what about the Cyclops killer from 6 years ago?
Cyclops killer?
You mean my mom?
I remember hearing it on the news. But I was just a little girl. I don't remember anything specific.
You don't?
No,
What about the scene of the murder?
I don't know. I've never been there.
But...
Dreams are pieced together from memories, even repressed subconscious ones.
You can't dream of something you know nothing about. Date, could you take Iris home?
Huh?
We do not have enough evidence to hold her. Even in Somnium, we couldn't find anything. The law demands that we release her.
You cannot decline, Date.
Oh. Just you wait. We're gonna drive her back home and we see Hitomi. Gonna catch that bitch. Gonna catch her.
Date, could we make a stop first?
I don't know, kid. You're always suspicious whenever we have to stop by somewhere.
Sure. Where?
Marble. It's a bar in Golden Yokocho.
Why do you know about that?
You know about that place?
Yeah, Mr. Okiura took me before.
Why do you want to go there?
There's something I want to talk about.
We can't talk here?
It might take a while.
What do you think?
There's no reason to refuse. Besides, there's a lot I want to ask her, too.
Why Marble, though? That's so strange.
Alright, sure.
Oh, Iris nodded and pulled out her phone. Phone. Is she sending a now message to someone? I was curious, but I didn't want to pry. I turned the wheel and drove to Marble. She's calling her hitman on me. I'm gonna die in that fucking bar. She's like, he knows too much. We have to kill him. When we walked in, I didn't see Mama anywhere. Oh, we're dying. We're gonna die right here. Oh, what the frick? To my surprise, I saw Ota sitting at the counter. Streamer money must be good to be able to hire a hitman.
Tessa!
Look, she could have gotten that money from her mom, who's the actual murderer.
Oh, Ota!
Why do you seem so surprised? Is he not the one that you texted? Why do you look that way? Kid, why do you look that way? Okay, let's look around first before we do anything. Sofa. There's a table in front of the sofa. The specials are written on the chalkboard. A flyer. Poster on the wall. For some reason, I thought this was Persona 5. Or like it reminded me something about Persona 5. There's a TV on the wall. Beer tap. Bottles on the counter. Stool. Counter. Shelves. Radio. P4. I did, like, the colors are P4. But I thought of Persona 5 for some reason. Excuse me. Oh gosh. A refrigerator. A painting of Saint Sebastian. Okay. I don't think there's anything else. Like, yeah, the color scheme is P4, but I just thought of P5. I don't know why though. You have anything to say? You called Oda here? Okay. Yeah, you called Oda here?
No, I didn't tell him to come. He just showed up on his own.
Iris is standing next to me. Weird. Why are you here? Isn't your phone broken?
No, this is my new one. You're thinking of the one I dropped in that puddle.
I never thought I'd run into you here.
I was nihiling with Tessa earlier. She said she was going to Marble, so... I got here just before you did. Look, I was really worried about her. She was about to be charged with a serious crime.
Okay. Where's Mama?
Oh, she left a little while ago. She said something about going to help an acquaintance. She told me to watch the place until she got back.
Is that acquaintance that told me?
How well do you know Mama?
Not at all. It's my first time here.
I wasn't particularly surprised. Mama's always depended on the kindness of strangers ever since she opened Marble. What was that thing about?
This actually works out nicely. I want to ask you something, Ota. It's about a Nile message you sent Iris. You said you wouldn't tell anyone about that thing. That you'd stay quiet no matter what. What were you talking about?
Well,
She's just like, bitch, you better not say shit.
I'll tell her about the two-witter thing. I swear I'll do it.
geez, fine. Just don't tell anyone else, okay? But before I tell you, who's that?
Oh my gosh, who the fuck is behind me?
What?
At the door. Someone's standing outside.
Why can't I turn around? Oh my gosh. He's gonna hit me. Was there any indication that he had a fucking thing in his pocket? Was there any indication of that? That I didn't notice yet again? Okay, so that really was supposed to be a complete shocker. Haha. When I woke up, I was lying on the sofa.
Where am I?
My head was killing me and my memory is foggy. I felt a sudden pain in my neck. But he does have more time to buy one on the way to Marble. I know. I'm just wondering if it was as obvious as the walk. Because the walk was literally right there and I didn't even fucking notice it. So I was wondering like if it was on his person while we were talking to him. That we could have been like, oh, this motherfucker's gonna try to do something. I shot up, rubbing my neck. When I looked over the counter, I saw a monster staring back at. How dare you? That's Mama you're talking to. It took me a few seconds before I realized it was just Mama.
It looks like you're awake now.
As Mama spoke to me, it all came rushing back. I remembered everything. And it's all coming back to me. It's so fun. Time to just examine everything again. How did I fall for that? I don't understand. I should have known. I guess it's because I was thinking that Ota was still a good kid, but I forgot that this was the alternate timeline where he's still a little piece of shit for Iris. I should have known. Should have known. But Iris is a manipulative little... I don't even know. Why didn't you wake me up?
I tried. You wouldn't budge. I thought you were passed out drunk, so I left you like that.
But I didn't have a glass in front of me, right?
So you weren't drunk?
Didn't have a single drop.
Oh, I thought you were drinking straight out of the bottle. Just like the old days.
What time is it?
It'll be 3 o'clock soon.
Oh shit! That's like nearly 6 hours, right?
In the morning, of course.
Fuck. Where's Oda?
Ota? The boy I asked to watch the bar?
I'd say he's too old to be called a boy, but yeah.
True.
He was already gone when I came back. All I saw was you getting your beauty sleep on the floor.
Damn it, Ota. What are you thinking?
It appears that he took off with Iris.
What were you doing during all this?
She got electrified too.
My power was shut down due to the stun gun. I have rebooted in safe mode and am now operational. Date, the boss is calling.
Oh, how am I gonna report this one?
Date, listen. Stay calm, but this is an emergency.
Is it the live stream again?
Just now, the killer... Well, just watch the video. I sent the address to Iba.
Iris!
This is an alternate timeline though. Unless they're gonna replay the whole entire thing with Ota saving her.
No, that's...
The criminal is streaming this live.
Iba, the source.
Identified. The Okiura Fishery Cold Storage Warehouse, Koto District.
Okiura?
Date, focus. We need to get to the site, now.
I think Mama ran out of marble. Gosh, my voice just cracked. Couldn't handle the pressure.
What's our ETA?
Our destination is far from here. 20 minutes at the fastest.
Please, please let me make it in time.
No polar bear though.
That's
Oh, there it is.
bastard.
Is Ota not there to save her? I know, jinxed it. Fuck. Look, this is what happens when you don't sponsor Coca-Cola, I guess.
Tessa! Hold on! I'll save you!
Ota!
Okay, so it still happens here.
Stay away from Tessa! Ah!
Still staged, probably. But we'll see. I kept my foot to the gas the whole time. I could feel the sweat on my palms. The engine raised a high-pitched scream, but I could barely hear it. My heartbeat was pounding in my ears, shaking me to the core. How much time had passed? The feeling of time itself had disappeared. Eventually, the car reached a long bridge. Shortly after, the image changed. Oh, interesting. This time.
No, it can't be. No.
This time it continued.
Stop!
Before it didn't. Ooh.
No!
Okay, got polar bears coming over. Ooh, it's gonna bend over. Bad end.
No!
Phase Star, I'm gonna throw it out there. And I'm gonna try not to say too many spoilers, but is this a situation? Is this situation similar to 999? Where we could be diving into these memories and somniums to find a way to save a specific someone? If I hope you get what I mean. I hope that makes sense. Okay. Because in every timeline, Iris dies. In almost every timeline, Iris dies. But what if this is a way to... Interesting. So wait, where's Iris at? Is Iris the polar bear? Where was Iris's body? Where's Oda?
Ota.
Was it, like, after they got the job done? It's like, it's like a lover suicide, so to speak. I guess we never clarified that in Ota's route.
There you are.
Like, who was in
Finally.
the polar bear outfit?
I was
Because
looking all over
technically
for
we
you.
had that theory that Ota was in the polar bear outfit. We never really clarified that because we were so focused on his relationship with his mom. So, I'm just curious where Iris's body was in all of that. Did I just not see it?
Rare. to see you down like this. But it's understandable. You blame yourself for this, don't you? Beating yourself up about taking Iris to Marble, and about letting Ota get the upper hand on you.
Okay. But they didn't show where she was
Am
moved.
I right?
But it did show that she was moved from the table.
Shall I tell you what Investigation HQ thinks? Ota Matsushita is a criminal stalker who committed murder-suicide.
Okay.
Ota had a selfish love for Iris. He was under the delusion that Iris loved him too.
I mean, yeah,
But Iris refused Ota. So Ota decided that he and Iris should be together in the afterlife, killed her, then killed himself.
I just think that it's not like that.
That's ridiculous. Ota would never kill Iris.
No, I mean, like, he would if Iris asked him to.
And how do you explain the other two murders? Iris's left eye was hollowed out. Just like Renju and Shoko. Those 3 murders were definitely executed by the same person. The new Cyclops killer. There's no way that's Ota. Too many pieces don't fit. Too many contradictions, like killing Iris.
Such as?
I'd say the modus operandi. This room is reflected in the mirror. A desk in the middle of the room. This is a camera used to record the interrogation. It doesn't feel good to have the lens staring at you. There's a PC in the corner. Pipe. There's a pipe along the walls. And that's about it. Oh. A security camera. Okay. Could you check the flowchart? That was a bit scary. Why did it take a while for it to... That took a while for it to load. That's a bit... Suspicious. Wait, what's a new thing? Appendix. Gosh. Collage? To glue, in French. An art form that involves combining various materials such as printed paper, cloth, wires, wood pieces, sand, leaves, etc. Peter describes dreams as a collage of memories. I guess you could say a chain of memories. It sort of reminds me of Mormon bubbles. Tell someone you love to image search it. Mormon bubbles. Okay, everyone, looks like we're gonna be searching what Mormon bubbles are right now. Mormon bubbles. Images. Oh, it's not that bad. I was like wondering. Interesting. It reminds me of like, you know those it's like a filter, but like the filter is of like, you know how when you get packs of like soda cans and there's like the that weird plastic thing wrapped around each soda can, like to keep them all tied together. That's what it reminds me of. It's like you use that to cover up like nude parts. Anyways. Interesting that Uchikoshi would know something like that. Ota's behavior during the video.
Stay away from Tessa!
Ota showed himself on the stream. If he was gonna kill Iris and then himself, why would he do that?
To give him an alibi, to make him seem like he's a hero of justice.
The only reason you would show yourself like that is to prove that you weren't the culprit. Ota and the polar bear on the screen at the same time would prove that they're not the same person.
Technically, they were not on at the same time.
That behavior would be totally unnecessary if he was gonna commit suicide anyway.
Well, maybe he wasn't planning on dying at first. After he killed Iris, he realized that he couldn't live with himself.
So he lies down on the workbench and turns on the ice cutting machine himself? I don't buy it.
What about the polar bear costume?
The culprit was wearing a polar bear costume, probably to hide their identity. But if murder-suicide was the plan, the costume served no purpose.
Ota had no incentive to kill Renju, or Shoko.
Maybe he was thinking like this. The reason Iris and I can't be together is because her agency prohibits
That
it,
doesn't cut it. It doesn't explain Shoko.
making the president, Renju, the ultimate bad guy in his mind.
Mizuki is Ota's close friend. Do you really think Ota would kill his friend's father?
Yeah. And this one too. Ota had no incentive to kill Shoko. Doesn't cut it.
Shoko was married to Renju.
And so, they weren't even happily married.
Maybe he was trying to get at Renju by killing her.
They always keep saying shit like that.
That's a stretch. They've been divorced for years.
I mean, like, you could still have feelings for somebody you divorced for a couple of years, but they had, like, the nastiest relationship. Shoko seemed like she wouldn't give a fuck about Renju, and Renju already had another lover, so it's like, I don't know. That's just hard to believe. Like, they always keep using that reasoning, and I just have a hard time believing that reasoning, honestly.
Ota knows all about it. He wouldn't use Shoko to get to Renju.
There are some additional discrepancies. I analyzed the investigation report. Judging by his wound, Ota was stabbed in the side by a kitchen knife or something similar.
When was this?
Are you sure?
I am.
I wonder why, Fade Star. I told the boss what Aiba found.
Oh, I know that.
Well?
Ota could have stabbed himself.
That is a common theory as
Maybe
well.
he thought it would be a fatal wound, but when it didn't work, he went for the ice cutting machine.
That's a bit extreme, don't you think? Because I love her. Yes. Yes, you do.
Then,
Fade Star.
shouldn't we have recovered the kitchen knife from the scene?
It wasn't there, was it?
Maybe he threw it in the ocean.
That's a long walk. And there's... But then he was in the polar bear costume, but... Her and Hitomi are my... What? Beloveds. Oh gosh. Goodness. There we go.
Boss, come on. Ota goes out to the water, stabs himself in the gut, throws the knife over the side, then walks back to the warehouse?
Just to cut himself with the freaking ice cutting machine, ice sawing machine. That's too much, and you know it.
Well, I wasn't being serious.
Okay.
I didn't think Ota was the culprit from the beginning.
That's
I was
just what
just
HQ
playing devil's
said.
advocate for HQ.
Really?
Yes, really.
Anyway, Ota didn't kill anyone, and he didn't kill himself. Here's what I think happened.
Stay away from Tessa!
Ota knew Iris was kidnapped, so he rushed onto the scene. That's when he saw the culprit wearing the polar bear costume. He tried to fight him off, but ended up being stabbed in the side. He was weakened and losing blood at the culprit's mercy. The culprit forced him into the costume, then under the ice cutting machine. And then...
Then, who is the culprit?
I wish I knew.
We're up to 4 victims. But Ota was a special circumstance. He wasn't specifically targeted by the culprit.
Right. And he was the only one to not have his eye pulled out.
So let's focus on the 3 other victims. Shoko, Renju, and Iris. What connects these 3?
Connections.
Okay, hold on. Okay, for one thing, I need some time to think. And 2, I just have to check something. I just remembered I was supposed to check something, so I'm gonna do that right now. Okay. I just have to check something. It depends. I might have to leave a bit early. Well, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see.
If you find a connection between
Probably
the
like
victims,
in maybe
you find a connection to the culprit.
30 minutes.
That's the theory of investigation, right?
Depends on how fast the ending goes for this one, but yeah, we'll just see. We'll just play it by ear. Let me just reread what she said. Ota knew Iris was kidnapped, so he rushed to the scene. That's when he saw the culprit wearing the polar bear. Tried to fight him off, but ended up being stabbed inside. He was weakened, losing blood at the culprit's mercy. The culprit forced him into the costume. Okay. Then who was the culprit? I wish I knew. We're up to 4 victims, but Ota was a special circumstance. He was specifically targeted by the culprit. Okay. Connections. If you find a connection between the, you find a connection to the culprit. And that's Hitomi.
You think the new Cyclops killer is related to them somehow?
It's Hitomi.
Maybe, maybe not. But it's a good starting point.
Iris's mother.
Hitomi and Renju are definitely linked. They were high school classmates, and she did say that she met Shoko twice. But I can't imagine she would kill Iris in such a gruesome way. No matter what the circumstances were, it seems impossible to me.
It seems impossible, but... I mean, Mizuki is... She's my daughter.
Mizuki has the strongest connections with all 3 victims.
True.
Shoko and Renju were her parents, and she was close friends with Iris.
It is not Mizuki. Oh, okay, I was about to say.
She was good friends with
Mizuki
Ota,
is not
too.
the killer.
But that's why I could never believe Mizuki would kill all 4 of them. Thinking of her as a suspect is ridiculous.
Mama.
Renju and Shoko were connected to the Kumakuras, but there's no connection to Iris. Mayumi had motive for killing Iris and Renju. Mayumi hated Iris, and she didn't think well of Lemnis Gate either. And since Renju is the president... Anyway, the weak point is Renju's ex-wife, Shoko. I can't imagine why Mayumi would kill her. And above all else, she would never harm her only son, let alone kill him.
So Sejima.
Renju, Shoko, and So. There is a connection between Renju and Shoko through the Kumakuras. But again, I can't see any clear link to Iris.
Me! I'm the killer.
I know Renju and Shoko, and I'm connected to Iris, but I have an alibi. Aside from Shoko, there's no way I could have killed any of them. No. Now that I think about it, Shoko too. I don't remember killing her. My memories from 6 years ago are missing, but I still have my memory of recent events. And if I start doubting myself now...
Date, I can say without a doubt that there is zero possibility you are the new Cyclops killer.
But we could have been the OG.
I have been working with you for years. I know better than anyone that you are innocent.
We could have been the OG, though.
I thought it over, boss. Of the people I know, I can't peg any of them as the murderer.
And no leads to pursue?
No.
Then there's only one thing you can do. Continue your investigation. Do whatever it takes to get the culprit. To get justice for the victims.
You're right. Got it, boss.
Man, four people died. That's crazy. 4 people died in this route alone. Whoo! Could get that bitch. But not right now. Ooh, but we're gonna get her. Ooh. I stepped into the cold storage warehouse. The air conditioning wasn't running, but it was still cold. The temperature hadn't raised much at all. The cold air sunk into my skin, but the center of my body was burning hot. How long have we been streaming? Shelves packed with cardboard boxes. I don't see any clues here. Okay. Here's the deal. So I'm actually trying to make a new schedule right now. A lot of stuff has been happening in real life lately. So I'm just trying to find a way to sort of rearrange certain schedules so I can start doing certain things. Can't really specify too much about it, but we might just go through some of the investigation and then we might end the stream from there. Because some of the stuff that that are on a schedule, it's like it's a bit time limited. So yeah. I'm gonna try to find a way to curate a better schedule so we can have more time to play this game while also being able to do the things that I need to do. So we might actually be ending the stream particularly like really early today, but we'll see. Yeah, we'll just go through this because I can't. I sort of can't stop thinking about my schedule right now. So, yeah, we might end up ending earlier today. A hook is hanging from the ceiling crane.
There are only a few items on the shelf.
Is this warehouse not in use?
There's nothing particularly suspicious. There's a cardboard box on the floor. There's nothing in it. A wooden box on the shelf. It's empty. An evidence marker. It's a little marker that's put up to track evidence at the scene. Is this Oda's blood?
Right here. Iris and Ota were...
I am sure you are already aware of Ota's time of death.
Just before I arrived. About 3:30 in the morning.
And the cause of death.
Right. About that. Ota had a stab wound from a kitchen knife in his side.
Correct.
What was the exact cause of death? Was it the knife wound, or...?
I cannot determine that. I can conclude that the knife wound was at least close to being fatal. Even if Ota was still alive on the workbench, he was certainly on the verge of death.
Whoops. Anyways.
If he weren't already extremely weak, we would expect to see more signs of struggle.
Ota died of a broken heart. Maybe Ota was trying to help Iris jumping at the criminal. That led to a scuffle and Ota ended up with a knife wound in his side. He lost all his power to fight back. He was forcibly put inside the costume, then finally cut open by the ice cutting machine.
But why? Why did the culprit put the costume on Ota?
Unknown.
Iris and Oda's bodies are under autopsy. Their bodies aren't here anymore. Right here, Iris and Oda were. Iris and Oda were sliced into by this ice cutting machine. Iris and Oda.
Iris's estimated time of death and cause of death have been confirmed. The video was not a recording. It was a live stream, filmed in real time.
Which means Iris's time of death is 3:20 a.m.
Iris also had her left eye removed.
Yeah.
And like Renju and Shoko, Iris's left eyeball has not been recovered.
An ice cutting machine.
A video camera and laptop. This is what the criminal used to stream. All of these items have been bought from pawn shops and thrift stores. It would be difficult to determine a suspect from them. I have logged into the Wi-Fi in this warehouse. Okiura Fishery Co., Ltd., is listed as the owner. However, I found the password written directly on the router. Anyone who saw it could have used it. I have done some research. As the name suggests, the company is owned by the Okiuras, the same Okiuras we know. Renju's father created the company.
Another
And he was
connection
raised
to
by
Renju.
dolphins.
No, actually. Currently, Okiura Fishery has nothing to do with Renju. The company has been managed by office representatives for the past 17 years after Renju's father died. Renju holds no shares and is not involved in the management. In short, Renju did not inherit the company from his father, and it was instead given to other persons.
But it can't be a coincidence.
It certainly is suspicious. Date, we should get moving. Officers from the local jurisdiction are checking the warehouse thoroughly. We will not find anything of importance here.
Yeah, you're right.
You can ask CSI to inform you if they find anything.
All right.
This forklift is old. It does not appear to be functional. It has not been moved in some time.
Just because he doesn't own it doesn't mean he lacks access. True. I don't see anything special about it. A forklift. The tire and floor are covered with a layer of ice. Video camera and laptop were used for the stream. Bloodstain. Iris and Oda's blood. Any progress on the investigation?
I checked this place point by point, but didn't find nothing.
Any clues?
No, nothing so far.
I'm heading out. Let me know if you find anything. I let them know, then left the warehouse. When I left the warehouse, I saw Pewter. What is he doing here? He walked up to me while I was trying to work it out.
Date, I have to talk to you about something.
Huh?
About the original Cyclops serial killings.
Why this all of a sudden?
Because I want you to solve this case, Mr. Date. I want you to find who did this and bring them to justice. So, if I can help you, even a little...
Why didn't you say anything at Abyss?
The boss was there.
Yeah, like, she obviously doesn't want to talk about it. Why would he bring it up?
I couldn't speak openly in front of her. So I decided to meet you here.
All right. Let's hear it.
Earlier, I told you that I was completely certain the original Cyclops killer couldn't have committed these crimes. I am absolutely certain the original Cyclops killer could not have committed these crimes.
Indeed, you did say that, word for word.
Let me explain why. I'll start by telling you the identity of the Cyclops killer.
Was it number 89?
Although, it's more accurate to say, killers.
Number 89 in Hitomi? Probably Sosajima, maybe? Number 89 in Sosajima?
More than one?
In the first series of killings, the culprit had an accomplice. One of them was born a murderous psychopath. The other is Rohan Kumakura, the previous chairman of the Kumakuras.
Ah, that makes much more sense. I keep forgetting Rohan was actually a thing.
They each had a role to play. The murderer committed the homicide, and Rohan removed the eyeball.
Okay, interesting. Stack containers. Policeman. Water. Policeman number 1. Crane. Oil drum. Warehouse. Container. Okay, I think we're good to go, right? Cold storage house. Okay, right? Nothing else? Okay. Let's leave that murder psychopath to the last. Why did the Cyclops case get classified?
That, I don't know.
The details of the original Cyclops serial killings case have become nebulous over time. Even the official investigation material contains nothing of value. I am unable to draw any conclusions from them.
You really have no idea?
If I did, I would tell you.
About Rohan.
18 years ago, Rohan took a woman's eye. She was already dead. He put his finger into her eye socket and gouged it out. The reason why was simple. He was fascinated by women's eyes. Their beauty stimulated his greed and his desire to possess them. He needed to have them, to make them his own. Driven by this instinctive impulse, he took the woman's eye. From then on, he acquired a grotesque obsession with the eyes of dead women. He was very particular about his need that the eye belonged to a deceased woman. But even being the head of a Yakuza gang, there weren't too many opportunities for him to indulge. His deepest, darkest desire went unfulfilled for years. However, he soon met his ideal partner. The aforementioned psychopath. The Cyclops killer would commit the murder, and Rohan would take the eye. Thus, a mutually beneficial relationship was established. This was the origin of the Cyclops serial killings. At about the same time, you were assigned to Abyss.
Who was the murderer psychopath?
He was born with a brain dysfunction.
It was a he?
Due to damage to the posterior pituitary gland, he was unable to properly secrete oxytocin.
Oxytocin is a peptide hormone linked to feelings of love, affection, and trust.
Okay.
It is colloquially referred to as the love hormone. It causes a tranquilizing effect which improves mood and relieves stress. It is normally secreted when the body makes contact with an object of affection, such as an...
I'm sure you know what this implies, but he was unable to feel love in the way that we do. However, he was able to experience a substitute. His brain was wired in such a way that allowed him to feel satisfaction through other means. Due to the unique idiosyncrasies of his brain, he was able to release large amounts of dopamine and endorphins by performing a certain action.
Killing people? Torture?
What was it?
Murder.
Dopamine is a hormone linked to the reward system of the brain. The pleasant feeling attained through accomplishment is dopamine. Endorphins are a kind of brain narcotic. They dull pain and create a feeling of happiness.
He got pleasure from killing people?
It's slightly more complicated than that. Killing people was the only way he could get pleasure. He was 12 when he took his first life. That enlightened him to the pleasure of murder, which he would do again and again.
You didn't even tell me who it was, though. Summarize for me.
The original Cyclops killer had an accomplice.
There were two Cyclops killers.
And one of them was the former chairman of the Kumakuras, Rohan Kumakura.
Rohan committed suicide by jumping to his death 1 year ago.
That means... Pewter, tell me this. One of the original killers is dead, I know that. But that means one remains. Who is he?
After his fourth murder, he was arrested by the police.
He was?
They
Oh, the number
actually picked him
89?
up on other charges. But, in any case, he is currently serving a life sentence in Fuchu prison.
Fuchu prison?
Yes.
What's his name?
In prison, he doesn't have a name. He is simply called Number 89.
Okay.
Number 89.
I know who killed Shogun Adami.
It was his girlfriend who picked up his habits.
So, now you know why I said that.
It told
But the
me.
original Cyclops killer couldn't have committed these crimes. Because one is dead, and the other is behind bars.
It's his girlfriend.
Neither of them had the opportunity.
Oh my gosh, it's his girlfriend. Peter looks grimly serious. It's his girlfriend! We'll go here. The place was silent. It was so quiet I felt like I could hear the floating dust. I stepped inside. I thought it was empty, but I saw a shadow in the corner of my eye. It was Mayumi. It was like watching a decaying old tree cling pathetically to the earth. Okay, we're gonna look around. These all just say the typical things. If there's something new, then I'll just say it. But it's just upsetting, you know? Especially after you just played their route. Gosh. This just sucks. If I recall correctly, there's no more jokes for the rest of this route. Nothing? So, do I not need to look anymore? Okay. Which, you know, makes a lot of sense. 4 people died. I'm sorry to interrupt. Do you want to talk about it? She's looking at photographs in her hand. About Oda.
This is your fault. I heard from the police. Because you didn't take care of Iris. My boy Ota got involved.
Date, I looked into the investigation report. Mayumi confirmed Ota's body early this morning.
I see.
I'm sorry. I want to be alone right now. Did you not hear me? I said leave!
Date, let's go.
Magandang gabi, umaga po. Luna, you have joined at the wrong time.
She is
Oh
in
my
no state
gosh.
to talk.
Welcome to the South Route, yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh boy. Oh Mayumi. Is Mizuki still here? Mizuki is curled up on the sofa. She looked like a small animal frightened by a predator. So no more funny stuff. No need to like check everything. There's no like hidden achievement or something related to this. I just want to make sure. Okay. Let's just talk to her directly then. About Okiura Fishery Cold Storage Warehouse. Fuck, nobody's gonna be talking to me. About Oda. Mizuki's staring at the floor. About Iris.
Mizuki must know about Iris and Ota.
Dude, she lost her parents and lost 2 of her friends.
Of course. The news was distributed heavily across the internet. Not just in Japan, but worldwide. 3 days ago, Mizuki discovered her mother's body. 2 days ago, her father's. This morning, 2 of her best friends. It is completely understandable that she is at her mental limit.
And she's 12.
Can I be left alone for a while?
Just don't do anything, okay, kid?
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're on a very serious route. As in, like, yesterday, it was just really just sad. And now it's just very serious. It was actually scary at the beginning, but now it's just... whew, just lots of things. She certainly didn't seem so. But I can't stay by her side forever.
Aiba, contact Abyss. See if they can get Mizuki a good counselor.
Man, at least Datu's on top of things, though.
Understood.
I stayed with her for a little while, but we didn't speak. Having nothing more to say, I left. I feel like you should have stayed until the counselor just arrived. You! This woman! When I visited the Sakan household, I found Hitomi with a hollow look in her eyes. She let me in and asked me to sit on the sofa. I agreed and sat down. But after that, I couldn't say a single word. The heavy silence weighed on both of us. About Iris.
Iris was my everything. We always went everywhere together. Whether it was buying clothes, or going to the movies, or taking a walk, or going shopping at the supermarket. When she was young, she would just hold one of my fingers. Her hand was too small to hold mine. Then it was 2, then 3. And finally she could hold my hand. But eventually, she left my hands altogether. She started crossing her arms, being independent, even though she needed constant attention growing up. Her memories are a part of this room. And always will be. When she was a baby, she fell off that sofa and cried and cried. One day she tore up her picture book all over the floor here. Another time, she drew with crayons all over the window. She painted my portrait on Mother's Day. Scratches on the floor, chipped plates, burn marks on the table, stains on the cushions. Everything you see. It all holds a memory of her. But... why?
About Oda.
Oda was one of my students. I taught him in elementary school. I heard it from the police. Oda tried to help Iris and ended up... I don't know what to say. I have no words.
Can you think of any information?
Hitomi, my entire focus is on this case. Is there anything at all you can tell me?
I don't know if this is important, but...
No, please, tell me.
I may have told you this already. I met Renju's wife Shoko twice before. The first time at the wedding, the second time a month ago. That second time was in the waiting room of the prison.
Prison?
There's an acquaintance of mine from when we were younger. I visit them a few times a year. And by coincidence, I saw Shoko. I don't think she noticed me, but I recognized her as Renju's wife right away. She was there for the same reason I was, to visit one of the inmates.
Do you know who?
No, I don't. We didn't talk.
Which prison?
Fuchu Prison, in Tokyo.
Fuchu.
Prison?
Isn't there like a log history of who visits who? Can we just check that out?
I'm sorry to have bothered you. I'll be going now.
I don't know what to do. Thinking about her. Dante, please, you have to catch them. Please. Please.
Hi, what's up, Face-Star?
I will.
Why?
Trust me.
I didn't notice anything. What's up? Did something weird happen? I mean, it could have bugged out. But all I know was that, she was already raising her arm when she was looking at him. So, that's why it didn't seem that... Yeah. It didn't seem that, what do you call that? It didn't seem that weird. Because you could already see her arm move upwards. Yeah. I do feel bad for her.
Are you okay, honey?
I still believe she has something to do with this. Because if it ain't her, it's probably one of the other 3 people in this person's list. Oh wait, what's here? Endorphins. Endogenous morphine released in the brain. Relieves pain, calms nerves, and creates a feeling of euphoria. Totally unrelated to dolphins. Of course. Oh. Dopamine. When the neurotransmitters present in the central nervous system, involved with pleasant feelings, motivation, and learning new information. Posterior pituitary gland. This is why I didn't do well in science. I can't even say shit. The pituitary gland is part of the endocrine system that hangs on the lower part of the brain, not to be confused with the anterior pituitary primarily secretes oxytocin, which is the love hormone. Peptide hormone. A hormone with a peptide bond. A peptide bond is a bond that occurs when the carboxyl group of a molecule, COOH, reacts with the amino group of another molecule, NH2, which generates water, H2O, has nothing to do with energetic tides. Okay.
Huh?
About last night. Well, at 3 in the morning anyway.
You know about it?
It's on every channel. You have the face of a ghost. Do you want a glass?
Thanks, Mama.
I don't need a drink. I need information. Do you have anything?
Well, let's see. I do have... I suppose you could call it intuition.
Tell me.
Information about the incident?
The Kumakuras are involved in this case. Remember what I told you before? That there's a relationship between Ren and the Kumakuras? Shoko also has a relationship with them. You know about her dealings with the Kumakuras, right?
So basically, 2 of the victims are linked to the Kumakuras. That must mean they're involved somehow, right?
Not 2, 3.
3? Iris?
No, not that one. The boy. He came here last night.
Ota?
Yes, from Matsushita Diner. He's linked to the Kumakuras as well.
How?
Have you heard the rumor?
Mama told me a similar story to Aiba's about Sosejima in the Kawasaki district. The basic idea is this. 8 years ago, So sold his land in the Kawasaki district for 30 billion yen. Half a year later, an explosion at the chemical plant caused the land prices to drop drastically. So bought the land for 1 billion yen. Almost like he knew beforehand that the accident would happen. Did So blow it up or conspire to blow it up? No, that wouldn't make sense. So wouldn't gain anything from that. He would end up with 29 billion in cash and 1 billion in land. It's a net zero. But there's more to the story. About So in the Kawasaki district.
The Kumakuras own a handful of real estate companies. They of course look legit, but they're Yakuza fronts. I'll call those real estate companies the KE to keep it simple for you. The KE followed in So's footsteps. They bought up land in Kawasaki.
Go on.
Now, back to So. Have you heard of the plans for the casino in Kawasaki? So was the one who came up with it.
I was born and raised in Kawasaki. I remember the landscape of my childhood, and I loved it dearly. But look at Kawasaki now. When I see images of the destruction on television, my heart aches like it's being chopped to pieces. But I promise you, I will revive the Kawasaki district at any cost. Casino Town Kawasaki will give new life to the city.
After that, So moved fast. He submitted the bills he needed to the National Assembly after drumming up support in the right places. The bills passed, and it became an official government initiative.
Decontamination efforts therefore increased at a rapid pace in the Kawasaki district. At the moment, the area is still considered off limits. However, the air in Kawasaki is currently purified to such an extent that it has no negative effect on the human body.
If the plan goes smoothly, land prices in Kawasaki are going to skyrocket. And all that land is owned by the KE. And by So himself. The land he bought back for 1 billion will be worth 10 times that soon.
He's involved in some shady business.
Go on.
This is just another rumor, but the chemical plant exploding was no accident. It was done intentionally.
By So and the Kumakuras, you mean?
But there's no hard evidence of that. It's just gossip.
Okay, so how does this tie in with Oda and the Kumakuras?
What were we talking about again?
Ota and the Kumakuras.
Oh, right. You know how Matsushita Diner is close to the Kawasaki district? The chemical plant explosion made times hard. Foot traffic went down, sales declined. No wonder it closed down. Ota must hold a grudge. Someone caused that explosion. And if it was intentional, oh, he'd hate them even more. That's how I link Ota to the Kumakuras.
Oh, so it's just an assumption. It's not actually confirmed that he's actually has a tie with them. Like, that he's actually associated with them. Okay. I was under the assumption that he was actually tied. And this is just rumor speak. Okay. Hearsay. Say goodbye.
Thank you, Mama. I don't know if what you told me will lead to anything, but...
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to waste your time.
No, it was very helpful.
I'm glad I can help, even if it's just a little.
Well then, be seeing you.
Come back anytime.
Mama's polishing the dry bonito. Okay, I think we're gonna end it here for now, guys, because I do have things to do. I will try to make a more solid schedule and try to adhere to it. It's just a bit difficult right now with a lot of things happening in my life, so all I can say is I can do my best in trying to upkeep with the schedule. KE Association, Kumakura Estates, the name Mama gives to the real estate companies under the Kumakura umbrella. Kawasaki District, So Sejima currently resides in Azabu. However, he is currently not running for office in the Minato district where Azabu is located, but instead in the Kabasaki district where he was born and raised. Candidates are allowed to run for any constituency regardless of where they live. Okay. So, that's all for now. We'll continue this on Saturday. I'll be updating the schedule on the Discord. The Discord, if you guys are interested, it should be pinned by Fadestar. So feel free to join if you're interested. I'll be keeping updates. Y'all can post whatever you want over there. I've already made different types of channels for different fandoms. Yes, no problem. Oh, that was a lot to take in. But hopefully we'll find out more in the next episode. Thank you. And yeah, you can always like tag me there if you want to talk about something. It's no problem, don't worry about it. And yeah, I'll see you guys soon. You can just always talk to me there. You can post any memes that you want, don't hesitate. If it's like something that's not allowed, don't worry, we're gonna tell you beforehand anyways. And yeah, thanks for joining the stream and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!